You know, it may just be the British Columbian in me, but I really do love the boreal forest biome. Okay, we've been wasting way too much time dragging food all the way from the northern fungal fields to the horse pen. So I'm gonna dig out a new stable right here and use these eastern fields to feed my livestock. The heater will keep both my horses and my mushrooms warm, and the beds will be a good place for any sick animals to rest up. Biosculpting's finished. Bioregeneration is next. We are, by the way, now officially running low on fungus, which is a damn shame. Mortis. So let's see, what's your deal? Can't fight. Yeah, torture forever is your deal. Alright, we're just about out of fungus, so in order to make supplies last a little longer, I'm going to switch my horses from pure fungus to kibble, which is made out of half fungus and half meat. And actually, I think tomorrow we're going to go on a bit of a meat hunt. Bruce, minigun. Oh, don't be such a baby. Yeah, should give us a few days worth of meat, I think. Oh, crop's in. Okay, that's good. Correction, crop is almost in. Still good, though. Unrelated note. Just eat meat. No more fungus for now, please. Yeah. Yeah, come on over. Hey, Carver. Why don't you go and rest stars? Thanks. I'm actually not sold on this kibble thing. Add 1 bill. Single meal times 4. Using only meat. And we can feed our horses with that. Oh, another wall breach. What a big surprise. I mean, they're tribals. It's not like they're an actual threat. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. You're just gonna be a pain in my ass. Like, come on, look at this. Alright, let's see. Doc's out of there, and Pretty Boy is well ahead of everybody else. Okay, well, this should be fine. He's better armored and better skilled, so hopefully this should go well. Alright, he's got 1 down. And, alright, that's Stanley down, but the rest are in now, and we're doing okay here. Yep, just kind of going through, and oh, look, you can see the raiders are, as usual, less interested in winning the battle than they are with just killing my shit, but makes for an easy shooting gallery now. Yeah, alright, so we just gotta block the melee guys with our much better melee guys, and take them out. Yeah, it's going pretty easy, just don't have too many mares. And alright, that's it. That's done it. Fuck these guys. Kill as many of them as you can. They deserve it. God damn, I hate raiders. Okay, who's almost dying? No immediate, no immediate. Death in 13, lost a finger, death in 11. Okay, well, it could be worse. Yeah, looks like my horses are mostly fine, just need to go capture them again. And Hansy, we're actually gonna have you go back to animal handling. Let's have everyone go into animal handling, actually, just until all of my animals are back in their pens. Well, clearly, the amount of walls that we have here is insufficient, so we're gonna build some more. Now, the hope here is that an additional layer of walls will give me a little bit more time, so that if they want to come in again, I can meet them. You don't get quite so fucked so quickly. Give him Monosword. Deal with him. Oh, right. Let's actually do Biosculpture Pod. And we are now the proud owners of an actual Biosculpture Pod. Hansy's now very close to the same skill level as Maker. It's taken a long-ass time, though. Well, same thing. Maker wakes up, telepathically tells the grizzly bear to go deal with shit. The grizzly bear's gonna go deal with their prisoner problem. Wonder if these 3 could, in theory, beat my grizzly bear. Doesn't seem completely out of the question. But they're not doing it today. Oh god, we are rapidly running out of room here. But, you know, 'tis what 'tis, I suppose. Ah, bulk goods trader, eh? Fucking fantastic. Alright. Where are you there? Sin, go trade with whoever. Go trade. Sin, get him. Get him. Oh, don't let him. No, don't do that. You don't want to do that. I have so many things here. Oh, you fuckers. You fuckers. It's only negative 19 degrees. It's not even like a cold snap or anything. You lazy sons of bitches. 110%. Even though Carver's basically been on research this whole time. The light difference. Yep, 1 or 2 more levels, and I think BM will be able to beat out Carver despite a very significant difference. A very significant research difference. And Bot is joining the growing ranks of our colonists who have 2 prosthetic legs. A rat's gone mad. Well, this deserves an appropriate level of response. Flawless. Well, let me guess. EMI Dynamo. Great. Let's see, what do we got here? 2 Infernos, 2 charges, a mech assembler, and a mech capsule. I want a slugger turret. Okay. We'll assemble Centipede starting in 4 days. This is actually relatively straightforward. You know, you say countdown activator, but the EMI field is already active, and I feel like that's the important one. Okay, so my first thought is to take out the Inferno turrets, just because that's the biggest micro pain in the ass. I was hoping that I'd be out of range of that auto charge turret, because I'm an idiot who doesn't know how angles work. I'm just gonna melee down this Centipede. That's usually the best way to deal with them, especially with mono swords. Looks like we're doing mostly okay here, except that 2 of our melee pawns have gone down. Destroyed, destroyed. Conscience is on 100%. You're actually just had his legs removed. Okay. But Pretty Boy, as usual, is still up and kicking. Alright, I'm just hoping the Pretty Boy doesn't get friendly fired to death, but I think we're doing okay so far. Centipede's down. Alright, and ooh, okay, run. Perfect. How you doing? Lost a finger. Big surprise. Nice. Alright, while we're doing medical shit, let's put Sin into the biosculpture pod and give her an age reversal. She's 50 years old, and that's when the game starts proccing old people diseases, so we're gonna liven her up a bit so that our moral guide doesn't get dementia. These pods get locked onto people with a 1-year timer in between different patrons, I guess. So we're just gonna get everything done on her all at once. It's gonna be a long time. So let's put some steel tile down to increase the speed. Still don't seem to have found anything super interesting. Like, no gold, no jade, no uranium. Not that I really need uranium anymore, but still, it would be nice, right? Just a bunch of limestone, marble, granite, and then of course, you know, steel and machinery. Not that I mind steel and machinery, both are good. It's good that I have a lot of those things, but still. I've also carved a bunch of new bedrooms here. It's not pretty, but it works. Alright, so I've been working on a project that's very special to me. Making a mass job out of this whole torture thing. Sure, lighting people on fire sounds good, but it's frankly such a pain in the ass. First off, it's destructive. To my property, I mean. You can see I've replaced the bedrolls and sculpture with stone equivalents, but other stuff is harder. If I move the nutrient paste dispenser, then my pawns will need to feed these guys by hand. I need the light in here so my doctors can tend to their wounds properly, and while I was planning on having a prisoner hospital just to the left over there, it turns out that getting my doctors to bring the prisoners to hospital beds instead of their default beds requires a lot of micro. Stuff like that. It's annoying. And of course, in order to light people on fire in the first place, I first need to draft someone, have them pick up the Molotovs, throw them into the room, tell my pawns not to fight the fires now inside of the prison, then have them run into a superheated room and try and rescue the prisoners before they die of either the fire or just heat stroke, which usually results in my colonists getting injuries. That's how both Sin and Buck have burn scars on their eyes. And of course, while the burns cause prisoners more pain per point of damage, they also cause more infection, which means I need to spend more medicine and maybe lose some more prisoners. So all of this to say, it's a huge pain in the ass, which is why I've mostly been leaving these guys alone. Mostly. Which is, of course, an unforgivable dereliction of our religious duties here. We'll have to self-flagellate or something later. But all of that's over now, because I realized that in order to do this right, we shouldn't look to heat. We should look to cold. So first off, let's lower down the temperature just a scooch to about 30 degrees below freezing. Then we're going to strip everyone naked. Kirk here thinks he gets to keep his pants, but he's wrong. Now that they've all got the same gear, which is to say nothing, they've all got the same temperature tolerance range. That's going to make managing the next part easier. And here we go. Frostbite. Oh yeah, that's stacking up quick. Let's actually forbid these doors just so that our colonists don't rush in and ruin the temperature. Alright, so extreme hypothermia by itself is causing plus 30% pain. That plus the frostbite is adding up some severe suffering. Okay, now let's up the temperature so that they don't die of the cold. Remember, the less pain we inflict before they die, the more pain they suffer eternally after. So we've got to do this right. Now we unlock the doors, let Doc come in to tend to the prisoners. Huh, looks like Kirk managed to avoid frostbite somehow. He's definitely naked, so guess he just got lucky. Well, alright, so our only problem is that frostbite will definitely lose us some fingers and toes. It actually only seems to affect the extremities. Well, digits and ears anyway, the rest are safe. You hear that, Kirk? No pants necessary, you big baby. Although he does seem to be frustratingly resistant to frostbite, and I'm not sure why. There we go, finally. Alright, back up we go. Just gotta make sure my cooler's target temperature is set above my heaters, otherwise they'll fight with each other. Ooh! And speaking of lost fingers and toes, it looks like bioregeneration has finally come in. You know, in retrospect, I really should have just gotten bionics first. They're quicker to install and actually upgrade the damaged part. I was just excited to use the biosculptor pod, honestly. Oh well, we can start working towards it now anyway. Ah, it seems that infections come to join the party. Welcome, welcome. On a related note, I should replace these sleeping spots with more slab beds. That'll improve immunity gain speed. Speaking of immunity gain speed, Doc, why the inevitable hell haven't you tended to Kirk? Oh, right, I forgot to tell you could come back in. You're forgiven. Begrudgingly. Okay, so Kirk's not gonna make it. Well, that's a damn shame, but don't worry, we'll be sure to make your afterlife as painless as possible. By cramming as much pain into your last hours as we can. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Ah, fuck, just short. Well, I suppose he died as he lived, avoiding frostbite. So, while toggling the temperature around for frostbite is a lot easier than throwing Molotovs, I think we can do something even better. See, here's a fun thing about temperature illnesses in this game. You see these temperature tolerances? This is the comfortable temperature range. Pawns only get frostbite and hypothermia, or heat stroke, if we go more than 10 degrees below or above the range, and they only recover from those conditions when within the range. So what if we rest somewhere between hypothermia at 6 degrees and comfortable at 16 degrees? Say, what if we just rest at 10 degrees? Well, looks like their hypothermia stays stable. It doesn't increase and it doesn't decrease. And extreme hypothermia alone is causing a pretty decent chunk of pain. It's also knocking them unconscious. This is good if we want to just keep prisoners on ice, since they won't attempt any prison breaks. Since I do plan on eventually having a lot of prisoners, that's definitely going to come in handy. But it also means that my colonists have to feed the prisoners themselves. I can't convert the prisoners or otherwise grind social XP, and of course, most importantly, I'm not sure if the pain really counts if they're asleep for it. Maybe it does, but do we want to take that risk? Their eternities are on the line here. All things considered, I think we should just keep them in a permanent state of merely serious hypothermia, and at some point cut off their hands and remove their teeth so that breakouts aren't a threat. It's kinder that way. Ah, crap, one of the prisoners died. Malnutrition. See, this is what I was talking about in regards to problems with keeping them on ice. It's actually... Oops, there goes another one. It's actually kind of funny that with all the burning, grizzly bear prison guards, and now freezing, the biggest threat to my prisoners is still just that I keep forgetting to feed them. Okay, something's not adding up here. Mortis here is conscious, so she should be able to feed herself, but she's not. And I don't know... Oh shit, these hoppers are supposed to have food in them. Okay, let's hunt the biggest thing on the map. Looks like a megasloth, and we'll let them eat fungus again. Oh my spiteful gods, Buck, you always choose the worst places to shoot at these things from. Okay, I need you to... Nope, 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 nope. Alright, okay. Miraculously, Buck's movement is unhindered, and the megasloth's is not. So let's just outrun it, and... Jesus, these things are tanky. Okay, finally. Christ. Symbolic immolation expect. Oh, fuck, we missed December 10th again. Okay, well, I've already got like 6 hours of footage at this point, so note to future self, do a symbolic immolation. Okay, have fun with that, bye! What a dick. Oh man, it has actually been like 2 weeks since I played this game, so I'm real glad to get this going. Okay. Oh Jesus, I have so much crap. I'd forgotten how much crap I've got. Oh, that's way too much crap. Oh, we got a bunch of nice crap though. Alright, I'll deal with that later. What we need is a ritual. Should really just keep one of these things on hand. I don't have enough wood! God, is deer still out here? Jesus. Okay, I need to not get distracted here. Who's close to grown? Bot! You're fine with negative 12, right? Yeah, kind of. You're not gonna get hypothermia. Beaver! Alright, great. Begin symbolic immolation. Yeah, quality factors. Yep. Okay, should be good. Everybody gather in. Come on, guys. That's it. All right. Well, guys, it's been a hell of a successful year. Oh, sure, we're down a few fingers and toes. And oh, sure, our moral guide is currently in for de-aging. But that just means that we're preparing for the future. We found a mass way of inflicting pain and torture. One that doesn't require us to spend so much labor and take so much risk ourselves. This is the beginning of a true start to our mission. Soon, we'll have dozens of prisoners. We'll be freezing and inflicting so much pain and saving them so much inevitable pain in the afterlife. One day, soon, all of us will die, but until then, we shall inflict and we shall save. That was fun! Oh, Sin is no longer in the bile thing. Whoops. Haha. 49, huh? Alright. Well, she's out just in time to get a couple of rolls off. But first, let's see. Does this one have anything to trade? Do I want another minigun? Yeah. And cataphracts, and these are all things I want. What do I have that I'm willing to sell? This, these. Yeah, if I'm getting a minigun, I can sell that. We don't need these anymore. Alright, we're only short by about 1,200. Oh right, and all this fucking art. Oops. Hey, perfect. Okay, let's see, anything else? Ooh, and recon helmets. Yeah, let's make a trade. Alright. Alright, I kind of feel like we need at least one melee specialist, so Pretty Boy is really only good at melee, art, and mining, and making him one of the inflicted will mean that he is no longer able to mine, but it's probably fine. For 4 participants, we're gonna have Maker, Sin, Beaver, and Carver, our moral guide, our leader, and of course, our 2 other melee pawns. New role, of course, is Inflicted, the melee specialist. That's a very nice speech, Pretty Boy. Okay. As for the other one... So, now that Pretty Boy can no longer mine, it's time to set a Stone Terror, our mining specialist. Doc's the only role-less pawn with a mining passion, so he gets the job. Uses jawline to overcome obstacles, God. Alright, solid. You know what, before I go... I think that just calling Carver Carver really doesn't make that much sense anymore. She's no longer just our Stone Terror, so we're gonna rename her as Shaper, because between construction, mining, and social and intellectual, she is shaping our home and our future. Lest we forget old Shaper. But in the meantime, Doc, you carve into bodies and you carve into stone. Carver is a more fitting name for you. Oh, biotuning now resets if the pod is unused for 80 days. Jesus. Okay, well, now that all the ceremonies are over, I think our moral guide can go back in for her beauty regeneration. And it's time for me to go back to editing. So, I'm gonna get this episode finished up. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Welcome back to the end of the episode spiel. Today's B-roll footage is me killing a bunch of thrumbos, which I have on good authority most of my audience hates, but here it is. So, sticking to 20 minutes was much better for me, I think. Right now it is Saturday afternoon, which means I'm much more ahead of schedule than I usually am. I'm gonna have this thing wrapped up, and the bow's gonna be on it, and it'll be ready to upload before the end of the night, which I'm really happy about. I feel like I'm ahead of the curve for once. One thing I've been doing more and more of is recording new audio after the gameplay has been recorded. Just, smooth things out, oftentimes I have trouble coming up with exactly what it is I want to say, and just, taking it and putting down the refined version of that is usually easier, like afterward. Unfortunately, it does tend to add a lot of time because, big surprise, I'm much more of a perfectionist with that kind of stuff, and it seriously adds to the amount of time that I spend in post. I did that quite a bit for this episode, and even though it was 20 minutes, I still spent a fair amount of time editing, but the last bit, the bit that I recorded as a second play session, it actually went much quicker. I was able to get those 5-ish minutes out in, a few hours, which is significantly faster than the rest of the episode on a minute-per-minute basis, and it's because I did most of that in-game, which is what I'm going to try and aim to do, and I've been kind of trying to aim to do it, but it's hard to remember at the time. Often it's the main skill that I've got to work on. It also, keeps the gameplay a little more candorous, right? So that's a thing. I've also started compressing all of my mic audio before I edit the video, which probably sounds like something I should have been doing from the beginning. It does seem to have helped a little bit with the audio evening issues. I don't have to spend as much time being finicky with it, and I'm hoping it adds to your guys' experience. But looks like these thrumbos are pretty thoroughly dead by now, so I think that's my cue to head out. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks especially if you are still listening at this point, and I'll see you guys in the next video.